Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to another Be a Friend Friday. I hope you're all having a great Friday. I don't know where you are, but the weather over here is amazing. And what's really, really cool is that our guests today are talking to us from Hawaii, which is crazy. So please, Dana, Drast, you have the floor. Please introduce yourselves.
So I'm Dana. I am Drast's mom, and we actually are originally from California, Northern California. So shout out, and we are here on the Big Island, in Hawaii.
Woohoo! Yeah, woohoo! So we are here today to talk about camp. Oh my gosh, super fun stuff happening in camp. Dras, you're in camp, right? So, first thing I'm sure is something that everybody's super curious about, as am I, to hear a little bit more detail, is Dras's history with diabetes. Dana, could you tell us a little bit about the beginning of it all?
Sure. I think a lot of people have their diagnosis story, and they can be really severe or really sort of. I was at the doctor's office and something happened, and they let us know. And ours is somewhere in the middle. Drast was diagnosed when he was 2, and he's now 7.5.
And I've had diabetes for 5 years now.
Yes.
Wow.
And we had a very hot September in Berkeley, and he was drinking a lot of water and everybody else's water. And we noticed that he seemed very dehydrated and overwetting and kind of lethargic at times. And it was just sort of out of his normal type of behavior. And so we actually had some friends visiting with a newborn. So there was a lot going on. And we were thinking like, oh, maybe diabetes. And the big symptom was that he was having a lot of respiratory problems. So he's having a lot of trouble breathing. And so, of course, we call the doctor and they tell us, give him some albuterol because he had asthma. And so we gave him albuterol, and then it just got worse. And then we call again and it's like, give him some more albuterol. So we did. And finally, it was like, okay, this is not working. You'll have to bring him in. Mm-hmm. So my mom said, oh, maybe diabetes. A friend of ours who was staying with us said, oh, maybe diabetes. We thought maybe diabetes. So we're like, okay, well, let's take him in. So my husband took him to urgent care and asked that he that he take the test to find out if he has diabetes. But at the same time, they were treating his asthma because he had a history of respiratory illness, RSV, when he was like 3 weeks old. So they treated him and then found out that he was diabetic. And my husband called me and I couldn't believe it. Like, we all said maybe it was diabetes, but I think we all were trying to check it off the box and make sure that we make sure that that's not it, see what else it is. So we were pretty surprised. And although it was all very logical, what we found out later was that the albuterol, like now, if he takes albuterol, it spikes his BG. So they kept telling us to give him more albuterol. So we were making him worse and worse and worse, giving him the albuterol. We actually used to bolus for his albuterol or give him insulin for his albuterol.
Unless I'm going low when I have my asthma attack, I can have it for free.
Yes, you can have it for free.
Just like eating a treat or snack.
So we kind of switched places. My husband came home. I went to the hospital, and we had I think it was 4 or 5 day stay learning, it's basically everything changed, and learned how to do shots and test BG. And
I stopped eating for a while because I didn't want shots.
He realized it too, that every time he ate, he was getting a shot. So he stopped eating. And he was already I think in the hospital, he's like 25 pounds or something. He had lost a lot of weight. He was really emaciated. So,
but I'm still in good shape now.
Yes.
Yeah, you are.
And Yeah, I think one of the big things that I remember, because it's all kind of a blur, they had the diabetes educator come in and tell me way too much information. But one of the things she told me was it was September, and she said, there is a camp next month. You should go. And so that was one of the things I wrote down on my crazy scribbly paper, and we signed up for an in-person camp in California, run by DYF. And then the other thing that was really that I really remember is that when we went home, because he had been in the hospital many times for respiratory issues, wheezing and things like that, urgent care, quick ones, or emergency room once or twice. But he was so happy to come home until he realized that everything came home with him. So here I am with the shot, and here I am with the meter, and and it was just like, it was really difficult for those first, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks, I think. Just trying to get through those things that we now have to do, all the time. And since he was on shots, we were doing like, 8 to 10 shots a day, because he was so little that we couldn't really anticipate what he was going to eat, because he wouldn't eat. And as soon as you give him the shot, then he would lose his mind and not want to eat at all. So then we're like, oh no, we gave him insulin. So then we were like, okay, we'll have to wait till he eats and then bolus backwards. So yeah, it was really difficult, but I'll say that month after diagnosis, we went to camp and we met our new community. And that's been a huge thing for us since.
Wow. So quite the journey. Dras, how, listening to all of that, what do you feel? What's on your mind?
I don't know.
Are you proud of yourself for how far you've come? Are you excited about camp? What are you feeling right now?
I just believe I made it through all those shots.
Yeah, you're a superhero. You're a fighter. You're awesome, Dras. So, Dras, this is a question for you, right? Because Mom mentioned that you're in camp. So, camp is super fun. Your mom also mentioned to me that you wake up super early for camp.
And always worth it.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite part? Like, what activity do you love the most about camp when you're in camp?
I don't have a favorite. Everything is so good that I don't know.
That's so good to hear. That's a great problem to have, right?
Yeah.
So, have you had any
good trouble?
What was that?
I said good trouble. There's actually a commercial about TV that is called Good Trouble.
Well, speaking of good trouble, have you made any friends through camp?
I made like some relationships, but not fully friends.
That's good to have though, right?
Long enough.
Gotcha. So do you feel like what is being surrounded by all these other kids your age who are going through something similar make you feel? Do you feel
like a superhero?
That's so good. And Mom, do you feel like, do you sense a difference in Dras, like since he started camp until now? I know it hasn't been that long, but do you sense like a change in attitude and energy?
Well, definitely as soon as we went to that first camp when he was 2, we were going 3 times a year until COVID. And then that's how we found the Imagine camp. We were looking for something that he could still do, and he's missing that connection with the community, especially we moved from California to Hawaii. So we didn't have that close-knit support group that was nearby. So we found the Imagine camp, and definitely when I told him, I said, you're gonna have to get up actually at 5:30 in the morning, because he did 2 weeks, and the first week he actually had summer school in person. So he's transitioning back to in person. And so they had a little summer program, and he had to wake up at 5:30, do online camp, and then leave at 7:10 to go to summer school. So it was a long day. And then this week he did it again, waking up at 5:30.
And I'm so tired. Still.
And he just jumped right out of bed because he does not like to get up in the morning. He likes to sleep late. And so I would just say, it's camp. And then he would kind of sit up and be like, oh, yeah, okay, make his way to the stairs and get dressed and go to camp.
I hardly did not sleep. That's why I try to go to sleep. I hardly get enough sleep. I probably stay awake half the night.
Why do you stay awake half the night? Are you too excited?
No, I'm just I can't fall asleep. I just can't fall asleep.
Well, it's really impressive that you wake up so early. I wish I had that superpower. You really are a superhero, honestly. I think
No, not really. Not when I was waking up for school before the virus. I always whatever, go away, I'm tired.
But with camp, it's different, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
I have to have a friend at camp and school.
You have a friend at camp?
I said it's actually more fun at camp than going to school.
Of course. I mean, all these different activities that you're doing, and then you also get a box full of so many goodies. Can you talk about the goodies you have?
One goodie.
Oh, is that what? That's awesome. Look
That's
at
what I'm playing with right now.
Stand up for your shirt.
Is that your favorite thing?
The shirt.
Oh, snap. Look at the shirt.
Why does it count?
Yeah, I mean, your mom sent pictures of you with the swag box, and you just look so happy. I mean, what other stuff in the box that are there other things in the box?
Sunglasses, and I got a little bag.
And what's
And I got
the little
calculator. I got a calculator, but I have no idea where it is. I might still be in the bag.
Yeah, and a bag. And a cool sling bag.
Yes, I said that.
Oh, sorry. Oh, and there he goes.
Oh, there he comes back. Is it there?
Hey.
Yeah.
Well, Dress, I have another question for you.
Yes.
So, what is one thing that you've learned so far at Imagine Camp? It could be anything. What's one thing you've learned?
How to play Stickman.
Well, another question. What's one thing that you've learned that's helped you with your diabetes?
Before I went to all of the camps, I felt like I was the only one with diabetes in the whole world. But now I know that there's more than one person that has diabetes in the world. Now I'm probably betting there's 1,000 people with diabetes in the world.
You want to know a fun fact, Dras?
Yes.
There's millions of people living with diabetes. So you're definitely not alone at all. And you've got a great family, a great community that is there to support you and help you live your best life, because you're a superhero, Dras. We need you, right?
Right.
So another question, and this one is for Mom. So
I want to take all the questions.
Oh, trust me, we're gonna come back to you, Dras. You're the star of the show. But Dana, so you mentioned that your family was talking about how you were thinking, okay, it could be diabetes. It was a big guess at the top of your list before he was diagnosed. Is there a history of diabetes in your family? Is that why?
Well, so Dras is adopted. So we had actually adopted him. He's been with us since he was 3 days old, but we adopted him a few months, 4 months before he was diagnosed. So we just adopted him. So there's a lot going on, in the family. But because we didn't have a strong medical background for him, we had been trained to treat medically fragile babies. So we had been educated about different kinds of illnesses and things that could happen. And so I think that's sort of why it was on our minds.
And don't forget, because Papa and Dad have type 2 diabetes.
Yes, but they're not blood related.
No.
Gotcha. Okay, that's really interesting stuff, and I'm sure a lot of people in the country and around the world can relate to that. I mean, I feel like that might not even be talked about enough. So, Dras, your story is inspiring so many people as we speak. The comment section right now, I'm gonna put some so you can read because you love to read, right? So take a look at the screen. We've got some really fun comments.
He is so cute. I'm not cute. I'm strong.
Well, someone said you're super cool.
Oh, thank you.
And then we've got Michelle saying, "Hi, Dras, so excited to see you." So, this is great. I mean, you're inspiring so many people, right? So another thing, so what's cool, Dras, is that aside from diabetes, right? You've probably got so many different hobbies, right? Like diabetes doesn't define you per se. I want to say, right? Like it. So what are some things you like to do for fun? Do you play any sports? Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Like what?
Sometimes I toss my football to my sister back and forth, kind of like catching a football. Yeah. We
Gotcha.
don't like play football because it includes tackling, which can really hurt somebody if you're not in proper gear.
He's got the right information. That's good.
And I play soccer sometimes. He steals me every time, but I steal it back. And I'm usually near Trishana's goal, so she goes by her goal, being the goalie. I kick it over her head into the goal.
What? So we've got a soccer star in the making, obviously.
But sometimes it misses the net because she's almost literally as high as the net.
Well, Dras, take a look at the screen really quick. What do you think about that?
Oh, really?
You're so inspiring and brave.
But I do have some muscles.
Yeah, you do. Can we see them? You want to flex them?
Sure.
Whoa! Everybody in the comment section, drop some clapping emojis. Show some love to Dras. So, Dras, another question for you.
Yes.
So, during the COVID pandemic, right? So you've got a lot of different hobbies. You play sports. Now you're in camp, right?
I also like playing basketball.
You play basketball as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So then you know what? Since you love to talk about sports so much, let's stay on that subject. Sports, like basketball, soccer, all of these things, it requires a lot of movement, right? So how do you stay prepared? And maybe Mom, you can help answer this question. How do you stay prepared just in case you have a low or a high?
Well, prepare if I'm going down, I have to have like something that will really bring me up, and then I have something that will make me stay up, and then I have to wait at least 5 minutes at home, but at camp, not like, but at Bearskin Meadow Camp, when I'm only going by myself, I will have to go. If I go low, I will have to wait 15 minutes.
So, how does that? Oh, go ahead, Dras. Go ahead.
have to eat carbs, which make me go, and then I can go outside. I have to be above 150 in order to play.
Play hard.
Good.
Like on
So
the
it sounds like you're always prepared, right? It sounds like you've got it and you're able to do what you want to do.
And you said when I'm high, I can just go straight out. No matter what, I can do anything I want as long as I have permission to go in the front. And I can play basketball. But Trishana's like, she's like
sister.
she's my sister, so she's always like, since I'm the oldest one,
Mhm.
yeah, she's always trying to copy me when I like when Trishana asked me for an example, do you like chicken? And I say no. And then she says, I don't like chicken either, which I know she likes chicken. Because she thinks every single meat she has for dinner is chicken.
That is true.
So then I guess I think your sister's a big fan of you as well because she clearly
She's
looks
trying
up
to
to you.
copy me.
No, she looks up to you, right?
Well, I'm being enjoyed. She's always copying me. She's drawing whatever I'm drawing. When I'm trying to do a card for my dad, she always takes the ideas from me. So I have to think of something else. And then I made a collage at the last minute so Trishana cannot copy what I'm doing.
Well, there's an expression, Dras, that says, what is it? Imitation is the best form of flattery or something like that. So your sister looks up to you, but I think we all want to know, who do you look up to? Who's your role model?
Dad and Mom.
Why?
Because they're my parents.
So what's something that maybe your mom, let's say, has done, especially with your diabetes, right? What's something that she's done where, you look up to her and you're like, I want to be like that when I'm older?
Being a great parent.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, so many hearts, so sweet. Thank you, Dras, for sharing all of that. Your mom also mentioned that you've got snacks on the table. Is that right?
Yes.
So you always, that's something that you stay prepared, even when you're becoming a superstar, literally right in front of our eyes. You got to stay prepared, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Now, last question for you, Dras. What's something that you
Well,
really
I don't want it to be my last question. I want more questions.
Okay, fine. 2 questions. How about that?
7 questions and it's done.
We'll have to do 2 questions, but we'll have to have you back on the show. How does that sound?
Better.
Good. Okay, so 2 questions. Question number 1. What is something that you are looking forward to in camp for the rest of the summer?
You mean by like any type of camp or just?
Yeah, any type of camp activity, or Imagine Camp maybe more specifically.
I am also looking forward to going back to Bearskin Meadow without my sister Trishana because she's always copying me. Relief, I'm going by myself.
Gotcha. So now let's narrow down the question. What's something you're looking forward to at Imagine Camp, virtual camp?
Going the next week, because it already ended.
Yeah, today was the last day.
Oh, today.
And
I'm
we
so
had
sorry.
a costume party.
Are you sad that camp is over now?
Yes, but I wanna go back for more.
Well, it sounds like you definitely got a lot of activities, a lot more camp experiences coming your way, right, Dras?
Right.
Right. Okay. Now we have the last question. Are you ready?
For the entire show, or the rest of the questions are just for Mom?
No, the last question for the entire show. And then I'll ask Mom to close us out with some final words. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Okay, last question for you, Dras. If you've thought about it, what would you like to give to the diabetes community in your future or now? What's something that you feel you could offer? It could be anything.
My whole bank.
Your whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, how about
It's not full, but I'm gonna keep the $2 bills though.
Well, you're
Those are-
very generous. You're very generous, Dras, but I think, even right now, you've given so much already. Do you want to know what you've given right now?
Love.
Love, and what else?
I don't know.
You've given hope and inspiration, right?
Yes.
You've given everybody that's watching an inside scoop into your story, which will make them feel less alone. The same way you being at camp makes you feel less alone, right?
Right.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Dras. You're a rock star, and I can't wait to see how your journey unfolds. I'm sure this is not the last time that we speak, Mom. I'm letting you know from now. We have to have him back. But Dana, is there anything that you'd like to tell the parents that are watching? Any parents that have kids that are newly diagnosed?
Yeah, just that there's a lot of resources. I mean, that's been really huge for us. I know camp is not for everyone. Virtual camp is a different kind of camp. So I think it's very comfortable and it's an easy way to sort of get to know people and feel it out. And there's just so many resources for people. You can find something that works for you, whether it's online stuff, in-person stuff, there's always a lot of resources. And even regionally, like we found out there's a camp, I think ADA has a camp on Oahu. So that's just a quick trip for us.
There's lots
there.
there's lots of different camps throughout the world.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is incredible. You are a rock star, Dras. Mom, you're also a rock star. I mean, you've done an incredible job raising such an amazing human being and also helping him and just being there for him. You're a great mom. And Dras, you're very lucky. I'm so excited to see how your journey unfolds.
Look at all the comments that are good.
I know. Look at all these comments. They're just awesome. You're rocking it. But you know what's cool, Dras, is that this video is going to stay. This video is going to stay online. So you can go back and watch yourself and share with your friends as much as you want. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, Dras, do you have anything else you want to say to everybody before we say bye?
Thanks for the comments.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And thank you, Dana and Dras, for taking the time. Your story was inspiring. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in on a Friday. I hope you all have a great weekend. Please make sure to check out our social media channels for more pictures and updates from everybody that's participating in Imagine Camp. It's been an incredible summer. It's not over yet, so there's still a lot of fun to come. And we hope to see you at our next Be a Friend Friday. Thank you. Bye.
I hope so too, but that's probably going to be like, when is the next Be a Friend Friday?
Stay tuned. We're working on it. But trust me, we will have you back for another Be a Friend Friday.
Tomorrow.
Saturday.
Tomorrow's Saturday. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Bye.